So we're going to get going very soon.
Let me set this up. Just answer the comments.
There's no comments.
You see anything on YouTube?
So trying to load.
Oh, no, type in YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah, just click on that button. That one. Yeah, it's live now. YouTube is live.
Really?
Instagram. Couldn't get Instagram. So YouTube is saying that it's live, but I don't have Instagram. Shoot. Okay, we're gonna have to come back and do Instagram. Told you Instagram is hard. Oh man, that's two lives in a row.
I know we're getting there. Somebody said, let's get started. We're getting there.
Calm down, please.
I'm reading
You don't have to tell me that.
I'm reading the comments.
Okay.
That's what the comments said.
Yeah, but calm down. I'm trying to get this together.
I'm reading the comments. All right, guys. So we're ready to go. Happy Tuesday. My name is Lynnette. I own Lynnette's Cakes and Catering in the Washington, D.C. area. We are a catering company, of course. We do pop-up events. We do lives. We teach all kinds of classes and things like that. So today we are making Parmesan chicken and an Italian salad with a creamy Italian dressing. That's what we're making. So I have the ingredients for the Parmesan chicken started on my table. So I have some, I'm not making a lot. It's only a few of us. So I have my chicken breast. Now I cut my chicken breast kind of in smaller pieces and I'll show you exactly what the size pieces are. And then I'm also going to show you the breading that I'm used for my Parmesan chicken. I know there are probably tons of ways to make it. I keep it nice and simple. That's what we're going to do. So.
Hold on, before you start. I just want to shout out TikTok family, Facebook family, and the YouTube family. We couldn't get the Instagram family on, guys. All right? Okay.
All right, so I'm going to make the breading. So I have some Italian-style breadcrumbs here, and you all can see. And I'm just going to add some to my bowl. And then it's Parmesan chicken, so of course, we're going to add some Parmesan cheese too. And I'm using just a shredded, fresh Parmesan cheese. I'm not going to add all of this, but I am going to add some to the bowl. All right, so let's add some to our breadcrumbs. And they're already seasoned breadcrumbs. If they weren't, I would probably do like a little bit of Italian seasoning, some garlic powder, something like that. But they're already seasoned, so I don't really have to add too much. A little bit more. Make sure we got enough. All right, so let's get rid of this. And then what I'm going to do, I have some chicken breasts that I just cut in half the long way, and then I cut them in half again. I like my pieces to kind of smaller, so you can see like the size of chicken that I have right here. Some of them, they're different sizes, but you know how it is. All right, but if you wanted to just keep it bigger, you can just cut the chicken breast right down the middle, and then you'll have 2 portions per chicken breast. All right, totally up to you. So what I have here, I have a little bit of garlic salt and black pepper, and then I have what would be the egg wash, which is just egg with a little bit of water in it. And I'm just going to actually just pour that on my chicken with the seasoning and then do it that way. If you wanted, you could set up 3 separate stations where you would have your egg wash here, and then you would have your breadcrumbs and Parmesan cheese and your chicken. I just kind of make it a little bit easy, and then just, you know, mix them the bowl together. So let me give you a catering secret. I'm going to put some garlic, salt, and pepper on my chicken. And I'm not going to use these seasonings again, don't worry. They're going right in the trash since I touched the chicken. Now, one of our little catering secrets that we do, when we have to make a lot of Parmesan chicken, I don't always have a lot of time to brown each piece of chicken on top of the stove. So what I usually do is bread my chicken. I put some oil on my baking sheet. I put parchment paper first, a little bit of oil. Then I put the breaded chicken on top of the oil and a little drizzle of oil on top of each chicken breast, and I put it in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. Pull it out, top it with your sauce and your cheese. You can make a lot of Parmesan chicken at one time that way. So for here, we're doing this home style. You're making a little bit for your family, cook it right on top of the stove. But for catering, just a little tip, we make a lot of it, put it right on that sheet pan, brown it in the oven. And it won't get super brown, but it's okay because you're putting sauce and cheese on top. So it doesn't matter. And then you just bake it, like I said, 15, 20 minutes. It's good to go. And then you put your cheese and your sauce on top. And it makes it so much easier. If you're cooking for 100 people, 150 people, 50 people, make your life easier and use your oven. All right, so that looks pretty good. Let me run this one. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and add this egg wash. You can dip each piece separately. You can do like I'm doing. Put it right on top. All right? And just coat it. All right? Then from here, I'm going to take off my glove and get another glove because these gloves are full of egg. And it'll make your breading a little bit too sticky. So what you generally want to do is just use one glove to touch what touch the egg and one glove to touch what touches your breading. That way you don't have clumps of egg in your breading because that can happen very, very easily.
Are you using chicken breasts?
Yes, these are boneless chicken breasts. I find that chicken breasts are traditionally used for Parmesan chicken and best for Parmesan chicken. If you wanted a more fatty piece, you can use a boneless chicken thigh. Totally up to you, but I would probably stick with the chicken breast. Tastes a little better. All right, let me get this pan heated up.
And that was on Facebook or YouTube? Facebook. Okay. YouTube ain't hitting on nothing, right? Yeah.
All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the chicken breast that's in that egg wash and seasoning, and I'll lift it up so more people can see because I know the cameras are at different heights. And I'm just going to drop this chicken breast right into our breadcrumbs and cheese. Use your other glove, and I'm just going to pat it into it because you want to make sure it sticks to your chicken breast. All right? And this is how the breading should look. All right, so I'm going to do the rest. Say it again.
Make sure you look at this camera when you're talking.
And I have a separate tray right here. I'm just going to put the chicken breast in. All right, you would have like a sheet tray, a bowl, anything like that. So let's do another one. I'm going to do all of them. So here, get that breading on there and put it to the side. All right, there's our chicken breast, nice and easy. I keep it simple. If you all haven't noticed, everything I do is really simple.
Tony Latham. Hey, Tony.
Hello.
He says labels on your cabinet doors.
Oh.
Oh, he's talking about that. Okay.
Yeah,
okay, Tony, we're in a studio kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
This is not our stuff. So we're in a studio kitchen, and they put that label on there to let people know where to put the trash.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that is.
You're the first person to notice that. All right, so we're almost done. I just did 2 chicken breasts, so I got 4 portions out of each chicken breast, so we have 8 portions total. I'm going to cook the thicker ones together and the thinner pieces together because, of course, they cook in the same amount of time. All right, so we're almost there. Got a few more pieces, and we'll be done. One day I made a Parmesan shrimp, and it was actually really good. I did it the same way that I'm doing the chicken, but I used like jumbo shrimp. It's really good. So that may be an option for those who maybe don't eat meat and you do eat seafood. You can do some jumbo shrimp. Just butterfly them so they're easier to bread, and then brown them the same way. Pop them in the oven with that cheese and sauce on top, and it comes out really, really, really good. All right, so we're almost there. Got one more piece. And I'm going to move this out the way, wipe my table down, and then we'll go over to the stove. So any more questions, let me know. For anybody that came on late, we're just breading our Parmesan chicken. So what we did, we seasoned our chicken breast with garlic, salt, and black pepper, whatever seasonings you like. And then I tossed them in an egg wash, which is just egg and water. And then we're breading each side with Italian-style breadcrumbs and Parmesan cheese. So if you came in a little bit late, that's where we are. And these are our breaded chicken breast. All right, super simple, just took a few minutes. And I already have my oven preheating. I have it on 375. That's going to be for later when we take our chicken to the oven with the sauce and the cheese. All right, so let me move this stuff out the way. I'm going to wipe this down. We're going to go over to the stove and brown our chicken. Got any questions? Let me know. I'm here for you.
So Tony asks, is there Parmesan in the chicken?
And the breading? Yeah, so the breading.
Excuse me, in the breading, sorry.
The breading has Parmesan cheese and Italian-style breadcrumbs. Yep, there is Parmesan cheese.
And Gloria Sandrin as, oh no, she says good evening. Hey,
Hello.
hey, Gloria.
Happy Tuesday.
All right, so we got to take you guys over to the, this is the hard part.
We got to move you all over to the stove, and then we're going to come back over here. So just be patient as we move the camera.
So here's the problem. I can't,
All right,
I can't move it.
So we move the camera.
So this one I can move.
Sorry, guys. I may bring you all down some. Let me see if you all can see.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah, if you could take over that joint for
I'm
me.
going to have to let this one down a little bit. Or I can just tilt it down. Let's see. Can you all see?
I don't know if I got anybody on YouTube. Let me check.
Let me bring y'all down a little bit. Guys, you know this is a work in progress, so stay with us. We're getting it together. All right, I got y'all right over the pan. Y'all good to go. Let me wipe this down while y'all bring the other cameras over. Are y'all ready for me over there?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Take
Is
it down.
this the angle you want, Lynnette? You want to get a tighter
that one
shot?
should probably be,
Tighter?
yeah, much tighter.
If you get it closer to that refrigerator thingy. Yeah. And
I'm just wiping down the
I think that's a
table.
good shot. YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. Thank you guys for joining us.
All right, so I have my pan heating up. I should have had the oil in here. I'm gonna just put some oil in here, not too much. This is enough to brown it. Let it heat up a little bit. I should have had the oil heating up while we were over there, but I didn't. So we're gonna have to wait it out together. We'll be all right. And I have a tray right here with some parchment paper on it.
Yeah, I'm trying to
and
get
that's
it
what I'm
tighter.
going to transfer the chicken to once I brown it. So brown it first. Have your parchment paper sheet ready, or if you want to put like a rack or something, you can do that. And then we'll add the toppings to it. So let me grab a glove.
Tony has a question.
Sure.
Have you ever just coated the chicken with seasoned mayonnaise, then coated with the breading?
With seasoned.
And mayonnaise?
Mayonnaise.
No, I haven't, but I'm sure that would help it stick. I know some people use mustard, like if they're breading fish or something to fry it with chicken. So it may work.
Is there a way you can get in a little bit tighter so I can get to your face a little bit?
My leg is on the stove, so probably not. All right, so let's see if the oil is hot. We're going to see. Let me drop a little bit of the breadcrumbs in the oil. And if it starts to sizzle a little bit, a little sizzle, a little something. All right, so let's add our chicken. And I'm going to start with the thin pieces first, like I said, because they're only going to take about the same amount of time, maybe 1 to 2 minutes per side. Remember, they're going to go in the oven. So the chicken is actually going to finish cooking when it goes in the oven. All right, we're just going to cook it about 3/4 of the way right now.
Guys, when we get our new technology, I want you guys to comment. I'm gonna be able to read those comments. Me and Al, we're gonna be able to read it. So we're just still a couple of weeks away from that. Okay, so that was you responding. Okay.
All right, so we're just going to brown it, like I said, on both sides for a couple minutes. I have the pan on medium high, so it's pretty hot. I probably should have heated it a little bit longer before we came over to the stove. But hey, it's okay. We still here. It's going to be all right. All right, let's give it about a minute or two on each side. I can see it starting to brown a little bit already. Y'all know as soon as it hits the pan, it's smelling good. Okay, I already know it's going to be delicious because it smells good as soon as it hits the pan. So like I said, if you want to season your chicken another way, you can. Somebody said they would coat theirs in mayo and season. If you want to do that, you're perfectly okay. Basically, whatever makes the breading adhere to your chicken. All right, and I've seen some people that actually, one of our customers, they actually, at our concession stand, they actually get a grilled cheese with mayonnaise on both sides instead of butter. And we toast it and it comes out so beautifully brown. So definitely feel free to do what you like. I'm going to flip this over. Look at that. It's brown already. Let's flip these over. You can see that one in the middle is nice and brown already. Okay. I'm still kind of learning the hot spots on this on this stove.
All of them good now.
All right, there we go. Let's give it another minute or two on that side. Then we'll cook the thicker pieces. We'll do those next. Any more questions, let me know. Now, of course, if you want to have this with pasta, you would have your pasta water boiling. I'm not going to have any pasta with it today. We're just going to do salad. But if you want to do pasta, have your pasta water boiling so everything is ready at the same time. So you would cook your pasta while your chicken is in the oven or while you're making your salad. And then that way you'll have everything ready at the exact same time. So
come a little bit closer, Lynnette. Just slide over. Just slide over a little bit.
Okay. So this middle piece is cooking kind of faster than everybody else. Let's go ahead and move that one out. Put it right on our sheet tray. And you need some type of tray, casserole dish, whatever you like, because you got to put your cheese and your sauce on top. So remember, you're going to be transferring your chicken to another dish, something that can go into the oven. I'm just so used to using sheet trays because we do it in our kitchen all the time, so that's my baking device of choice. So look how nice and brown our chicken breast is. And it's nice and crispy. You can see it's not sticking. All that nice Parmesan cheese is crusted on the outside. Let some of that oil drip off and transfer it right to your pan. Now let's flip this one over. Looking good. Now don't forget, if you came on late, I was saying earlier, if you're catering a party, you can cook a whole bunch of this in the oven. It won't get as brown as this, but it will get nice and crispy. So a little bit of oil on your tray. Put your coated, breaded chicken on top, a little drizzle of olive oil on top, and bake it right in that oven, 15, 20 minutes. Top it with the sauce and the cheese, and it's delicious. It's nice and juicy. Chicken is perfectly cooked.
We have a question from
Sure.
Tony on Facebook. What temperature is the oven preheating at?
So I have my oven set to 375 degrees right now. And that's just enough for your cheese to melt and for your sauce to get nice and hot and for your chicken to cook the rest of the way through. Yep, 375. All right, let's add those next pieces in. Pan is nice and hot. These are thicker, so I'm doing these together. Almost there. Y'all know I love a good 30-minute meal, hour or less meal, whatever. If I can make dinner in an hour or less, I'm happy. And these are the kind of meals you can do that with, and they stretch. Especially if you're serving it with pasta, you have some garlic bread, or whatever the case may be. So I'm going to cut it down a little bit. Like I said, I'm still learning this stove, and it has a little bit of a hot spot. So you don't want your breading to brown. So I'm going to move my chicken around just a little bit, make sure everybody gets the same amount of time to cook. Now, one thing we do sometimes, I'm not always a fan of marinara sauce. So sometimes I'll just make the breaded chicken breast like this with the Parmesan cheese, and then just put like a little bit of lemon juice on top, some rice or some pasta, salad, and I'm good to go. So if you wanted to skip the cheese and the marinara sauce, you can just do the Parmesan crusted chicken, a little squeeze of lemon, and you're good to go. Right, let's flip this over. Oh, it's looking good. Any more questions, or are we good to go?
Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you, TikTok, for your badges. I think is what we're getting. I guess
I've got to learn what those badges are. I'm gonna read up on it this week because I've been seeing a lot of them come through. So I'm gonna read up on it.
And thank you, guys. We don't know if you're giving us any coins or stars, but thank you in advance. Not that we're asking for it, but thank you in advance.
If you do, we're happy. If not, we still love you. All right, so let's let this brown on both sides. You know, chicken breast doesn't take a long time to cook, and sometimes I think that we think it does. We leave it in there a little bit too long. A few minutes on each side, finish in the oven, and it's good to go. So don't stress yourself.
TikTok, they're sharing the live. Thank you, guys.
Oh, thank you all so much. Thank you.
Really appreciate that. We go live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Excuse me.
I'm not sure what we're doing on Saturday yet, so we'll get that flyer out there very soon.
Yeah, I probably can get it out tomorrow. We usually post what we're going to do in the form of a flyer. On Instagram, we'll post it on the front page. On TikTok, we post it as a video. On YouTube, we post it as a short, and we post it in the back channel. Facebook, we post it on the front page as a photo. I think that's what they call it. Yeah.
All right, so these pieces are almost done. Look at this nice brown. Let me pick it up for you all so you can see it. Hopefully you can see it over here. See how nice and brown that chicken is?
Hold on. Show it again. Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Nice and brown. I gotta give it another maybe 30 seconds to a minute on this side. So it looks good. And you see I'm still kind of moving it around. I want to make sure everything browns as evenly as possible. So until I learn where the hot spots are on this stove. All right, so this one looks good. Transfer to my baking sheet. We got 2 more pieces. We'll be good to go. All right, we got 1 more right here. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off. And then we're gonna move back over to this table. We won't have to come back to the stove, so you all won't have to worry about being moved again after this time.
Oh, you gotta
last
go
time, I promise you. All right, last piece is out. Let's move this, let that cool off. Got that thing cut off. Put this in the sink. All right, so let me grab this, put it right here, and I'm gonna bring you all over. I didn't forget you.
That's Facebook.
Facebook. There we go. I think we're good.
All the way to the corner.
All right, so let me bring over my marinara sauce and my mozzarella cheese. Now, I'm not going to season the marinara sauce any more than it's already seasoned, but generally I probably would. I would add a little garlic powder, a little onion powder, sometimes some Worcestershire sauce. I just jazz it up a little bit, some black pepper. Today we're going to keep it basic, but just pretend like we adding seasoning. Just pretend like we're adding garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, whatever you want. I don't add any sugar to mine. If you want to, you can. I don't add any more salt because there's already enough salt in the Parmesan cheese and usually in the sauce. So it's up to you.
Tony Latham says, thanks for your encouragement.
Oh, of course. Of course. All right,
Thank
so
you,
I'm
Sharon.
going to do a
Sharon
little.
Brown gives a nice
Thank
hand
you.
clap.
Thank you so much. So I'm going to take my marinara sauce, whatever brand you want. This is just the Audi brand. I'm going to put a little dollop on top of each of my pieces of chicken. If you want more, you can do more, but generally when I add more, it's on the sauce. So I just put enough on the chicken just to kind of cover most of it, but not all of it. Let's see. Little sauce. Little sauce. Just enough. But like I said, feel free to add extra if you like. I just tend to not like a whole lot, but it's up to you how much you want to add on yours, okay? So like my mom always says, do you? Gonna need a little more in this guy. I like some of the chicken to show. Okay? Remember, season up your sauce however you want. Pretend like it has a bunch of seasoning. You know, whatever you want. This is my last glove. I'm gonna say that for the salad. Alright, so for the cheese, I'm gonna put a little bit on top of each of my pieces of chicken. Can they see?
Yeah, they can see. It's
I can bring it closer.
No, it's not. You like that because you got TikTok right there.
Mm-hmm. So we got the mozzarella cheese right on top.
The button. Oh, yikes. How you do that? Oh, slide it up, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that, Facebook. You got the button in your way.
All right, so
Still
here's
in the way.
our...
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to get rid of that little button sometimes.
You got to slide the phone up.
All right, there is our cheese and
Yeah,
on our
that's
chicken
good.
and our sauce. So let's move this out the way.
Sorry about that, Facebook. You had a button in your way.
And this is our chicken. So I'm going to put this in the oven. It usually takes maybe about 7 to 10 minutes at the most so the cheese browns. But while this chicken is in the oven, we're going to start on our salad so everything is ready at the same time. So let me pop this in the oven. If you got questions, now is a wonderful time to ask.
Question from Gloria. Yum. What time is dinner?
Come on over. Let's start with 8 minutes. And then if we need more, we can add more. But if it burns, it's burnt. So we need to make sure, you know, we set it right. So let me grab the salad stuff. I'm going to wash my hands a little bit. And then we'll make the dressing for the salad. And take our chicken out the oven.
All right, who's going to make this Parmesan chicken? Lynnette demonstrated how to make it. It's very, very easy.
Very easy.
About how much prep time would you say, Lynnette?
maybe 20, 25 minutes. It doesn't take long at all. I think most of the time was spent cutting up the veggies for the salad with the onion and measuring out the ingredients for the salad dressing. So it really don't take long at all. I just cut the chicken in half, breaded it. So I would say 20 minutes at the most. Yep. It don't take long. I told y'all I make stuff easy. I don't like difficult things.
So 20 minutes for the prep time for the salad and the chicken.
Yep.
And probably what, 15 minutes on the salad, 10 minutes to prep to get the salad together?
Mm-hmm. Yep, very easy. All right, so I have some mixed salad greens, or you can use romaine or whatever kind of salad greens you like. I'm using the mixed salad greens. I got a nice big bowl right here. You use whatever you like. And then I have all kinds of things to add to the salad. And you can add anything you want. We're of course going to add in some tomato. Gotta have your tomato. And if you want to cut these in half, you can do that. I'm going to add in some banana pepper slices, or you can add in the whole pepperoncini. Then we're going to add in, my glove, some cucumber. Right here. It's got some sliced cucumber. Very simple. We're going to add in some Kalamata olives, one of my favorites. There you go. I sliced up some red onion. I'm going to add that in next. I like plenty of olives, so I'm adding all of these. We're going to add in some sliced red onion. If you don't like onion, just leave them out. Totally up to you. This salad looks so pretty already. I'm going to add in some marinated artichoke hearts. And these are just jarred. They're quartered. And they're just jarred. And they have like an olive oil kind of marinade on them. But I dumped that off. So we're going to add our own dressing. And then we have some Parmesan cheese. Parmesan and everything. That's the theme of the night, all right? So Parmesan cheese. You can also add some mozzarella balls. Those are really good in this salad. You can add some cured meats like salami, pepperoni. You can do that. Let me add the rest of these banana peppers. And I'm going to add the croutons, but I'm going to add those once the salad is on the plate. All right? Let me take this off. So now, let's make the creamy dressing. It's really simple. Here's our salad, first of all. And we're going to toss that around. Now I'm going to add the dressing when the salad is on the plate because I'm not going to eat the whole salad right now. So you want to toss the dressing on the salad if you're going to serve it right away. Because as it sits for a long time, of course, it gets soggy. So you just want to do it if you're going to serve it right away. If not, you can do individual servings on the plate with a little bit of dressing, or just toss a little bit at a time and then put it on the plate. All right? So for the dressing, lots of ingredients again. Let me move them over. Yeah, I'm about to move it. Let me move this out the way first. All right, so what you want to do, you want this way?
No, it's out of frame. You got to slide it back towards you.
Okay. I have to make the dressing now.
Okay. All right, then you can put it to the side then.
Okay. All right, so we're going to start with the dressing. So we have some olive oil. We have some red wine vinegar. I have mayo, which is what's going to make the dressing kind of creamy. I have a little bit of seasoning. So we have some Italian seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, some salt. And then again, Parmesan cheese. It's in everything. I didn't even realize that. All right, so let's take the lid off of this olive oil. I'm actually going to use this container to shake the dressing or whisk the dressing in it with my fork. So I'm just going to put everything in here. All right. So we're going to start with our olive oil. We're going to put in some garlic. Now I'm just using this garlic paste, but you can just take a fresh garlic clove, mince it up, and add it to your dressing, which is what I usually do, but I'm cheating a little bit today. So let's add a nice dollop of this garlic paste.
My Facebook family, if we're not reading your comments, it's because Facebook is not showing them.
Yeah, I couldn't see them when I was over there either.
Yeah, there's only a few comments that pop up on the screen at this moment.
I just a little bit more of that garlic. I like garlic. There we go. I use these garlic paste sometimes just to save time. I don't always have time to mince my own garlic, so I buy the paste sometimes. All right, so let's add in some red wine vinegar. You can also do balsamic vinegar. You can do apple cider vinegar. It's totally up to you. So let's add in our red wine vinegar. We're going to add in our seasonings. So remember, it's a little bit of salt, black pepper, and some Italian seasoning, a little bit of garlic powder and onion powder. I'm going to add in just a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Couple tablespoons, and then we're going to add in the mayo, and that's what's going to make it a creamy Italian dressing, so to speak. Okay, so let's get my fork. Let's add a little bit of this, about a couple tablespoons. Okay, so there's our mayo. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to shake it, or should I just whisk it?
What do you think? Well, can you get a whisk in there?
It will be the fork.
Okay, yeah, do that.
Yeah, I'll use a fork. Usually I would shake it, but I just know something will happen, like it'll spill all over me, and we don't want that. We don't want that. If y'all were on Saturday, you remember I forgot the can opener. So we had that situation. So hopefully you all can see. I'm just going to whisk it. See how it looks kind of creamy? Like a milky color. It reminds me of the dressing that you get at the Olive Garden. When you get that salad on your table and you have that dressing on the salad, it reminds me of that salad dressing. So it tastes pretty much like that. But it's homemade. All right, let's check that chicken. I heard the timer. So see how creamy it is? And it has that Parmesan cheese. The garlic is all mixed in. It's got those herbs and vinegar and olive oil. That's a good dressing right there.
Lynnette makes the best dressing. She makes all kinds of dressing, guys.
I love making my own dressing.
She makes the best. What's that dressing we use at the lunch pop-ups?
That one is a maple Dijon dressing. That one's really, really good. A lot of people like that one. All right, so what I was saying, let me move the salad back over and then wipe this table a little bit. What I was saying was, if you were going to serve this to your guests right now, before you bring the salad to the table, you're going to pour all this delicious dressing over your salad. Then you would serve it out of the bowl. Because I'm not going to eat all of this salad right now, I'm going to take it home and eat it later. I'm going to put a little bit on the plate with some of the dressing, and then I'll reserve the rest of the dressing for later. Let me tell you another secret. This dressing is delicious on pasta salad. If you want to make an antipasto pasta salad, which is what we use it for, hold on 1 second. 1 second. We hear you. We hear you. Thank you. This oven, it won't stop. A few more minutes on the chicken. All right, so if you want to make an antipasto pasta salad, which we do a lot.
You're back.
Okay. Which we do a lot. Okay. Which we do a lot. We do a rotini pasta or a bow tie pasta or tortellini, something like that. And then you would add in pretty much the same ingredients. You're going to do your artichoke hearts, you do your tomato, your onion. I usually add in some cured meat, so I would do some salami, some pepperoni, something like that, some mozzarella balls. And then you add this creamy Italian dressing to it. It is so good, so good. And it keeps for a few days in your refrigerator. So if you wanted to do a really good pasta salad, this dressing is perfect for that pasta salad. All right, so let me move this out the way. I'm going to grab the chicken out the oven. The cheese is almost melted. I'm trying to give it another minute. If you got a question or two, you can ask me right now while I clean up a little bit. And then we'll go from there. So no questions? We good to go? We can't see your questions on Facebook. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why.
Some of them come through, but not all of them.
Yeah, not a lot of them. All right, so we wipe this table. And I'm going to grab the chicken. Hopefully the cheese is melted enough. If not, we'll pretend. I know time is running short.
Well, you got 18 minutes, just that.
My phone is about to die. All right, so let me grab a plate. Let's get a little bit of salad on the plate.
Might have a charger in the bag. I might. I hope I do. Maybe I don't, but maybe yeah.
So what I'm going to do is just grab a little bit of the salad. So I want to make sure I get a little bit of everything.
It's going to be. See, I can see there's a longer cord in there.
And then I'm just going to put a nice little bit on my plate.
If you can lift that one. Okay.
Right here. Now, of course, if you had some pasta You put that on the plate and put your Parmesan chicken on top. If you had some garlic bread or garlic bread sticks, that would be delicious with this too. But I'm just doing enough of this salad. And of course, I want to make sure I get a little bit of everything on there.
I don't know if it will work with that one.
Get some of these banana pepper rings on there. Another little piece of onion. And then I'll just take a little bit of my dressing and just drizzle it on top. Now remember, I'm keeping the rest for later. Okay. Just enough. If you wanted it a little bit thicker, just add a little bit of extra mayo to it. You can definitely do that. And then we're going to add a little bit of our croutons, all right? Just a couple right on top. Now, the reason I don't add the croutons before is because the croutons will get soggy if you add them on too early because they'll be in that dressing. So you want to add your croutons on when your salad's on your plate or right on top of the bowl. Like if you've ever eaten at the Olive Garden, they always put the croutons right on top, and that's why they do it, to keep your croutons from getting soggy. All right, so let me grab the chicken out of the oven. Let's see how it's looking. It's almost there. I would like the cheese to be a little more brown. We're going to go with it, though. We're going to go with it. And then let me grab another pair of tongs. Move the salad over here. Move our extra dressing over there. We have some salad on the plate. And hopefully you all can see. Let me bring it a little closer. Hopefully you all can see our chicken. Like I said, I would let it cook a little bit longer, but you know. There we go. So, I got another pair of tongs. And I'm just going to take, let's see, this piece right here and put it right on my plate. And then I'm going to grab another small piece. This one looks pretty good. Right here. And put it right next to it. And I'll move it closer so you can see. Like I said, I would like it to get a little more brown and cook a little bit longer. But I don't want y'all to have to wait while cheese melts. It's not fair. So there we go. So like if you wanted to do pasta under your Parmesan chicken, you would definitely put that down first. Put your chicken right on top of some extra marinara sauce. You got your salad with that creamy Italian dressing. And then if you had a garlic breadstick with some garlic bread, it can fit right there on your plate. And that's it. Then it's done. So any more questions, comments, let me know. Turn that off. Any more questions, comments, let me know. This is a simple, less than an hour meal, all right? Like I said, pair it with your pasta, some garlic bread. You got this wonderful salad. You're good to go. It makes great leftovers. You'll definitely have a little bit left if you don't have a huge family like me. And that's basically it. Any questions for me on there? We good to go? Let me see if there's any questions over here. If it is, I'm going to try to answer them for you. I know it's a little darker over here. They get a good look over here. This is a good looking plate, and it smells divine. So Greg is gonna try to get that plugged in for this phone over here. All right, so that is actually it. If you have any questions, let me know. I can definitely answer those for you. Like Gregory said earlier, we are live every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Gregory always posts the flyers earlier in the week so that you all would know exactly what we're making for that day. Last week we did some lemon bars and we did key lime pies. So if anybody missed the live on Saturday, make sure you go back and watch that live. Those lemon bars were so good. Key lime pies, top tier, 10 out of 10, delicious. I think before that we did a lot of things. It's so many things, but we done cheddar biscuits, breakfast bakes, all kinds of good things. So if you have a platform where the live is up there, go back and watch that live.
Shout out to Willie J.
On there. Hello.
Shout out to Gloria.
Hello. Happy Tuesday.
Let's see who else came on Facebook. Sharon Brown, Tony Latham.
Hello.
Pat Carpenter. Hey, Pat.
Hello. Happy Tuesday.
Let's see. Loretta. Miss Loretta Williams.
Hey, Miss Loretta.
Oh, Will Height. Sorry. I think it's Will Height.
Make sure they were able to see. Because I know TikTok, it was getting a little dark over here because my phone was dying on me. So hopefully you all were able to see it.
All right, guys. Can you guys make this meal? It's
I
very
think
easy
so.
and it's very yummy.
Just let your cheese get a little brown. More brown than mine. But I just took it out the oven so that we can keep it moving. Let it get a little more brown than mine. About 5 more minutes.
So Gloria says she'll try this. Looks
Oh,
simple and
yeah.
delicious.
It is.
Very
It
simple,
is.
very delicious.
Yep. And it's actually, to me, like, I like the chicken without the pasta. So it's good either way. With or without the pasta. You don't have to have pasta or garlic bread. It's good either way. So I'm going to do a quick recap of everything that we did.
Yeah.
So today we did a Parmesan chicken. We did an Italian salad with a creamy Italian dressing. We're now a little bit closer. And here's our extra dressing for later. So for the Parmesan chicken, we coated our chicken. First, we seasoned it with garlic, salt, and black pepper. And then we tossed in a little bit of an egg wash. Then we breaded our chicken with a mixture of Italian breadcrumbs and shredded Parmesan cheese. After that, we just browned it in the pan, a few minutes on each side, popped it in the then we topped it with marinara sauce and mozzarella cheese, popped it in the oven, let that cheese melt, let it get a little more brown than this one, and then it's good to go, all right? So after that, or while it was in the oven, we made a salad. So our salad has all kinds of good things in it. We got some red onions, some banana peppers, tomato, Kalamata olives, artichoke hearts, Parmesan cheese, all the good things, some cucumber, over some mixed salad greens. You can also do romaine lettuce if you want. And then we made a quick, creamy Italian dressing. So we did some mayo, we did some olive oil, red wine vinegar, Parmesan cheese, some fresh garlic, some herbs and spices, a little salt and pepper. We shook all that up and it made this, and mayonnaise, that's what makes it creamy. Shook all that up and made this beautiful creamy Italian dressing. Now if you wanted to toss this on pasta salad, it's delicious. Very, very delicious. Like I said, if you want to serve your salad to your guests all at one time, toss your dressing on there, take it right to the table, put those croutons on top. It's good to go. If not, put a little bit on a plate like I did here and save the rest of the dressing for later on in the week. And you can eat this salad for like 4 or 5 days because it's going to be really, really good. So that's it.
Pat Carthen says thank you.
Thank you.
Velda says looks delicious.
Oh, thank you all.
And
Thank you so much.
thank y'all for joining us
Thank
again.
you.
We really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be back 10 a.m.
Saturday,
morning.
Eastern Standard Time. So thank y'all so much, and we'll see you next time.
And we'll be here Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, guys. Thank y'all for joining us.
Thank y'all so much.
We'll see you guys next
See you
time.
on Saturday. Love you all.
Love you guys.
Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.